Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I finally mustered up the courage to make this YouTube account to showcase artists and vendors. And, well, it didn't go as planned. And here is what set the tone of these interviews. Having multiple technical difficulties and unforeseen ones, I had 5 simple questions each person had to answer. Can you guess how many I got with the audio? You guessed it, 0. So now you get to have me voice over these interviews and try to remember what was even said. Well, it wouldn't be YouTube without technical difficulties on your first few videos, right? Right? Please give me a validation, please. Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this. This is Amanda, my first interviewee. Let's get to question 1. Question 1 is, what's your name and what's your business called? You guys already know what her name is, but Amanda's business is Lust for Dead Oddities. Question 2 is, what do you create? And Amanda creates bone jewelry, terrariums, entomology things, stickers, a lot of variations involving oddities, which it's in her name. Now question 3 and 4, we might have a little bit more trouble because remember guys, I am trying to recall everything that we had in those interviews, so it might not be exactly what they said, but here we go. Question 3 is, what inspires your work, Amanda? I believe she was inspired by a variety of different things, which involved nature, her culture, family, friends, and any other things that she can just gather around in the world. Question 4 was, what's something people might not know about you as an artist? One thing that she brought up was she did not like centipedes, which ironically, she had a centipede terrarium jar and she said she was terrified putting it all together. Even though it turned out real great, she was quite terrified making it, which I can totally relate with spiders. Centipedes are still kind of spooky, but not as spooky as spiders in my opinion. Last question was, where can people find your work? You can find Amanda strictly on Instagram at Lust for Dead Oddities. And she was even brought up a note, which I remember, that she said her website is currently down, so you can only find her on Instagram right now. So if you want to contact her about any of those terrarium jars or anything else that she makes, contact Amanda on Instagram, Lust for Dead Oddities. Here's her socials. Next, we have our shining star. Question 1, what is your name and your business called? This is Matt with Reaching for Divine. Matt creates really intricate, fine, I believe it's with pencil and paper. He makes these really elaborate pieces, maybe even with some charcoal, but then he interwoves a red filigree into his art so it really pops out. He is inspired by multiple different things between art as well as video games, history, even mythology. So a variety of things come together to make his unique style of art. Something you might not know behind the artist Matt is his art might be, to some, spooky, decrepit, scary, disturbing. However, if you meet him in person, you can just see from his face on screen. He is a shining beacon. He will make you smile every time you meet up with him. He is a lovely person. So if you have a chance to meet him in person, definitely see that little spark of a smile in his face when he talks to you. And lastly, you can find Matt on Instagram, Reaching for Divine. Here is his socials. Check him out. Follow him. He is a great person. Yeah. If you're getting any enjoyment from this video, consider subscribing, liking, notifying, clicking all the things, because it helps me out to continue my journey and maybe even continue your journey of becoming an artist or vendor yourself. We got 2 more interviews coming your way, and our next one we have is Helen Mask, and what she goes under for her business is Helen Mask. Helen really resonated with me because she was a fellow Portlander from Portland, Oregon, Hart, Oregon. I no longer live in Portland. I now live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but my heart will always be in Oregon. Helen is an illustrator. She makes animated design art with, I believe, pen and paper, potentially even design work on her tablet and stuff like that. I forgot to fully ask her on that. Helen is inspired by a variety of things, by history, animation, anime, other illustrations, so many different outlets. You can even see in her art that she has things from Scooby-Doo, from Avatar: The Last Airbender, to Howl's Moving Castle, all kinds of cool different things. So her art really stands out in a different way. One thing that she wanted to bring up as far as wanting to know behind the artist was she takes time to create all her pieces. Some people might be able to knock out a piece in hours, days, whatever like that. However, sometimes it takes weeks, months, even years for her to finish off a piece. So she ain't Amazon, but she definitely produces some top tier work. It takes time to craft those pieces. So yeah, it's a lot of work for sure. And lastly, you can find Helen on Instagram as He-Mask, not to get confused with He-Man. No, it's He-Mask. So check her stuff out, because she makes some lovely work. Last and final interview, we have Shell with The Boutique. Shell creates a variety of different kitchenware household goods, between cutting knives, cutting boards. We got towels, got mugs, all kinds of stuff, and it's all spooky, witchy, related in some kind of odd way. So if you have a friend that's into the weird, unique, scary, spooky, even horror field, send them towards Shell at The Boutique. I can't fully remember what inspires Shell. However, I believe she is inspired by her friends, family, pop culture, funny things, stupid things, catchy things, like anything just kind of dumb and unique, and things that she can have fun with. Something you might not know about Shell, which we have in common: we both have degrees in health and wellness, which is pretty funny that we're in the complete opposite fields right now, being in art, vendor, lifestyles, but having degrees in health and wellness. But it does help us in our travels, so sometimes we whip ourselves as well as other vendors into shape, and giving them tips on how to survive and stretch and get through this lifestyle, because we're in the car a lot. So she definitely is the mother of the ONC group, so she whips everyone up, if it's physically, mentally, and emotionally. She's a great woman. And lastly, you can find Shell at The Boutique on Instagram. Here are her socials. Follow her if you're into all that stuff I listed earlier. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you sticking to the end, seeing these vendors and artists. This could be you potentially one of these days. Maybe I will be interviewing you at a fair, event, any unique place like that. So if you want to continue following my journey, seeing where this goes, highlighting other vendors and artists, giving tips and tricks, once again, consider subscribing, and maybe check out one of these videos that are up top, sending you that direction. See you in the next one. Bye.